This is Rogers TV.
Hello and welcome to the What's Up London show. I'm your host, Melissa Maloney. We've got an exciting show lined up for you today featuring public art, innovation, music, and comic book inspired fundraising. Whether you're strolling through London streets or exploring new ideas in healthcare, these guests are showcasing what it means to create, give back, and dream big in our community. So let's get started. Our first guest is here to talk about an incredible new way to experience London's public art and cultural landmarks. The City of London and the London Arts Council have launched 6 self-guided interactive art tours that explore everything from historic monuments to poetry, music, and eco-based installations. Here to walk us through this inspiring project is Unju Yi, Executive Director of the London Arts Council. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you very much for having me.
You.
Thank you very much for having me.
So this is a really cool project. And so for yourself, being with London Arts Council as long as you have, maybe we can start with a little bit about London Arts Council.
Okay, so London Arts Council is a non-profit, arm's-length art service organization, and we have an arm's-length distance kind of relationship with the City of London. We have a purchase of service agreement with the city, so we do a lot of a kind of cool program on behalf of the city, for example, public art and monument program and community arts investment program. But we have our own individual programs that provide lots of meaningful income opportunities and develop professional career development opportunities for the local artists and also support local arts organizations' operations.
Amazing. So with the council's role is ultimately to help London have a thriving arts community?
Absolutely, yes. So we support artistic scene and we support the arts and we support the artistic community and sector.
I love that. That's amazing. So this new partnership and these new exhibits are really cool.
Oh, well, thank you.
So do you want to maybe tell us what inspired this idea?
So what happened was we have a lot of different cultural heritage and natural environmental assets here in London, but unfortunately a lot of public may not aware or know the meaning behind it. So the idea was that we want to find a way to really make it immersive and engaging for the public to engage in like existing cultural and heritage and different types of assets that London have. Yeah.
That's awesome. And so what can they expect when they participate in one of the tours?
So it is really like you get to go to our website and then you can click one of the tours. And there are all this village tour and downtown London. And there are various types of a tour that completely brings a new and reflective ways of engaging with those public arts. So you can just pace yourself and you can watch the video or you can read all those descriptions or you can take your guests out and enjoy those tours together.
Amazing. So I know you said when we were chatting before we started that people have been really sort of engaged in this idea of actually understanding the different monuments and the different sculptures that are just out in community that you might not know the history of.
Exactly. So for example, some of the public members reached out to us explaining how impressed this project were, and to them, especially because they are walking downtown or like Victoria Park and they also see those monuments and public art projects, but they were like, oh, I don't know what does that do. So really the key is how to make it relevant. And that's what the public members really appreciated, because this kind of helped them to see and appreciate in a new way, new and reflective, immersive way. So
that's awesome. So people would essentially go on the website, watch everything, read about it, and then they could go to the actual sculpture or monument and experience it.
Absolutely. So you can go to London Arts Council's website, which is www.londonarts.ca, and at the top of the navigation bar there's a self-guided tours, and you can click it and you can see all those 6 different self-guided tours.
So there's 6 different ones?
Yes.
Awesome. And sorry, you said Old East, Victoria Park.
Victoria Park, and also general downtown London, broader downtown London for the public art, and there is also historical downtown tour, which is a storytelling format.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, and also we have the connecting through the nature, connecting to the nature through the arts. So that is another tour that we did it in collaboration with another UNESCO City of Music, which is Daegu in South Korea. So this is a collaborative project.
That's really neat. I'm very curious now about the one with the UNESCO City of Music as well, because that sounds like that's going to be extra creative.
Oh, absolutely. So that was, we wanted to have this environmental sustainability theme, and we wanted to maximize the collaboration that UNESCO's as a UNESCO City of Music, we wanted to maximize this opportunity. So when City of Daegu reached out to us wanting to explore more opportunities, we worked together and created 6 different original music by working with local musicians and the musicians from Daegu. So they collaborated, and then we made into 6 different music videos capturing the environment and the nature of London and surrounding areas.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming on today and telling us about this. We will definitely need to send people to the website so they can get all the information and participate. And we'll hopefully have you back soon with the next thing that you're working on.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Your happy place. Easy 1013, the perfect music mix.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
Welcome back. Our next guest is turning innovation into impact. NovaSonix is the winner of the Polaris Pitch Competition, and for their work, which is a startup developing groundbreaking 3D ultrasound device designed to detect early signs of osteoarthritis. Here to tell us more is Megan Hutter, CTO and co-founder. Welcome to the show, Megan.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on your win.
Yeah, it's fantastic to get the support of Tech Alliance. So
Yes.
It's great.
Yes, very exciting. Nerve-wracking, I'm guessing, for the pitch side of things.
Yes, our CEO pitched, but she did a fantastic job, yes.
Awesome. So let's learn a little bit more about the technology and what you guys are actually doing. I was there, so I got a little sneak peek. It's super cool.
Yeah, so for NovaSonix Healthcare, we're developing a 3D and 4D ultrasound system. So basically, it's a software and hardware device that gets added on to any commercially available ultrasound system. So if you go into like a hospital or any clinic, like that type of scenario. And so this add-on enables us to acquire 3D and 4D images. So instead of getting just one plane, for one specific image, you're able to get the entire volume, so it's kind of like a mini MRI at a bedside situation. So it provides more information and better imaging, definitely at bedside.
Awesome. And so why is something like that important? Like what would that, or what might you be looking for that would make that important? Yeah,
so specifically our focus for this application is in musculoskeletal health.
Okay.
So far we've been looking at detecting arthritis, specifically osteoarthritis, throughout to see how the progression of the disease can change and see how the 3D ultrasound features and automatic segmentation tools that we have enable better detection of the disease as well as tracking it over time.
Okay.
So we're looking for better detection and then monitoring of these conditions. It expands past osteoarthritis, but we're starting there for right now.
Okay. And so in terms of looking at this sort of from an innovation standpoint, what would the traditional route be? Would it be multiple MRIs?
Typically, the patients are diagnosed with like a clinical examination with X-ray.
Okay.
And so the advantage of using ultrasound is you're able to see all the soft tissue features, which you wouldn't be able to see on X-ray. So in X-rays, you can see like the bony changes, which typically are associated with more advanced disease stages. So the idea is kind of getting the early symptoms and disease stage so you can kind of intervene at the beginning.
Amazing. And safe to assume that early intervention would lead to probably a better treatment strategy and hopefully longer prognosis?
Yeah, exactly. It'd be to deal with the pain before it becomes too severe, so kind of managing the symptoms before you require surgery.
Amazing. So where are you guys at? What stage are you at? Like how far along are you in this journey?
Yeah, so currently we have a prototype and we've been testing it in patient studies. So we're continuing to iterate on the prototype to get it to a place where we can have like any clinician or user use it. So currently we're in kind of the development and research phase to determine that the device is useful for the specific utility that we require.
Amazing. And so is it common to have an add-on device to an ultrasound machine, or was that a unique innovation for your team?
There are some existing add-on technologies that do exist for other applications, but specifically for what we're looking at, this add-on is kind of novel, specifically for the 3D and 4D ultrasound for musculoskeletal health. So it would just kind of be added on into like a clinic room, just an extra machine that would be present.
Awesome. We don't have a ton of time, so this might be a big question to ask, but I'm very curious as to how you sort of came to that innovation.
Yeah, so it came out of research at West University in Dr. Fenster and Dr. Lalonde's lab. So there was a collaboration looking to investigate this use for 3D ultrasound specifically in the hand and wrist. And so kind of out of this novel 3D innovation that came about, we saw the use, and a lot of clinicians were very interested in seeing how they could apply it to their patients or different diseases.
Okay.
So that's kind of how it came about, but yeah.
Okay, super neat. Yeah, because it's nothing that I've seen or heard of before, and knowing how many women especially are impacted by this, like this could be a significant result in women's health.
Yeah, exactly. Women are definitely more, they have more osteoarthritis prevalence than men. Yeah.
How can people follow your journey and find you and your team?
Yeah, so we have a website, NovaSonixHealthcare.com, and LinkedIn is also great, and you can see kind of what we're doing and where we're going.
Awesome. Congratulations again on your win, and thanks so much for telling us about it.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
On the next issue of Fanatics,
that is really good.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mario Elia, host of Keeping London Healthy here on Rogers TV. Join us Wednesdays at 6:30 where we discuss health topics relevant to you and bringing on experts in the field to give you the best, most up-to-date information. See you then.
Was that 4 or 5? He's lost count and still thinks he can drive. Do you think he knows that when he is caught and charged with impaired driving, he'll lose his license and a lot more? If he gets in his car, he'll face costs exceeding $20,000. Does he realize he could have a criminal record for his choice to drive? And it could be much worse if he crashes. Wonder what he'll be thinking tomorrow.
Have a Holden 1 at 15.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Welcome back. Our next guests are bringing a beloved classic to life with heart, music, and a stunning production. Mavis Productions presents The Hunchback of Notre Dame, featuring a live choir, Disney's unforgettable songs, and dramatic storytelling rooted in Victor Hugo's original novel. Here to tell us more about this powerhouse production are director Chase Montgomery and music director Skylar Shelley. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us back.
Really excited about this. We were chatting before the show. This sounds super cool.
It's definitely one of the most unique Disney tales that was done for stage, as well as the most unique story we've ever tackled with the Disney genre. Following what happened with Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid, those classic Disney princess tales, this is a much different story.
Yes.
For those who don't know what that is, that's the story follows the tale of Quasimodo and his upbringing as the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and how he grew inside the cathedral, hidden away by his father figure, the Archdeacon Dom Claude Frollo. And it's a lot of coming of age story, but also shows the darkness within of the human condition in the church, the misrepresentation of certain people. It really does have a much heavier feel to it. Fortunately, Alan Menken and Disney, being who they are, they have those classic songs, which brings it back up again.
Yes.
But it's definitely been one of the most heart-wrenching and difficult Disney shows we've had to do. And it's been nothing but an exciting experience. And we've been growing so much from it because of it. It's going to be fantastic.
That's amazing. So the music is a huge part, one of obviously any show like this, but you've taken a really unique sort of spin to this. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so for ours, we've made it a bit of a hybrid in terms of how it's being performed. So there's a choir is actually built into the actual show itself. Like when you get the scripts and stuff, they give you a choir book too. So it's like, this is like a thing that's part of it, right? And what we ended up doing with it was putting together a choir who also recorded their parts of it. So that's gotten mixed into like what you'll hear in the show. So there's like the pre-recorded as well as their live performance over it. So you'll have that very like that cathedral sound of a choir, right?
That's super neat. So when you get a story like this and you are just like, where do we start? Like what's the journey to sort of build it in this way?
The biggest thing, honestly, was I looked at Skylar and I said, okay, can we do the Latin? I mean,
pretty much.
I mean, we just did Joseph, and I was like, okay, Joseph Mays called Dreamcoats, and I was like, okay, now we got to go to Latin and get this correct. That was the first step, and making sure we had the necessary voices to handle the choir aspect for that. Then it was to make sure we had the ensemble who could handle not just the transitions of the pieces, but the numerous costume changes, the dancing, and also what was happening in those scenes, because you have so, like I said, there's so much feeling and heaviness to the show in those moments, and then you have moments of light and happiness, but then it goes down into the really dark spots. They had to be able to handle that. So once we knew we had the right cast for that and everything was set, then came the part of blocking everything, but the emphasis for this one was placed heavily on the vocals because it is such a cathedral song. It has to be regimented and be so on point with the music perfectly. That was what we focused on the most. And then came the blocking and characterization, and the choreography came after that.
Neat.
So that was really the focus.
Yeah, so we can expect an incredible musical performance is what I'm hearing, Skylar. No pressure.
Exactly,
No pressure. So when we were chatting before the show, you talked a little bit about some of the cultural elements that you updated.
Absolutely.
Would that be a good word?
We took a different approach to how Hunchback was going to be portrayed. A lot of time people think the Disney film, okay? Whereas the book, the play, musical, is written more in the style of Victor Hugo's actual book. The ending is different, there's a lot more heavier elements, and we wanted to really stay true to that and actually incorporate it from the perspective of the ensemble. Scott, I'm gonna say this wrong, and I apologize to everybody. Romanis? I say that right? The Romanis. In the actual story, they're called gypsies, which when it was written, and then even in the 90s when the movie was done, that was an acceptable term. Nowadays, it's not. It's a negative connotation to it. Legally, we have to actually keep saying the name, saying the words gypsies, but we wanted to make sure that we gave these people life, gave them breath. So we made the story based on we're telling it from their perspective. They do a lot of the storytelling.
Amazing.
It isn't just, Quasi saying something or Frollo saying something, but Clopan, who is like the head gypsy, pardon me for saying that word, and then the congregates and the travelers, they're all telling the story throughout the entire show. And we do it as if it's a campfire story mixed in with the grandeur of the cathedral and the costumes and the bells and everything like that. But there's obvious points when the show stops and they face the audience and tell the story from their, and it's from their perspective and how they would do things. And
Sorry.
No, it's good.
So good. I think we could talk about this for like another 10 minutes.
Yes.
But we do need to wrap. How can people get tickets?
Easiest way is going to be through our website, mavisproductions.ca/tickets.
Perfect.
They can find the link there. Also on our Facebook page is definitely the easiest. Go to the Facebook page, go to events, and it's right there.
Awesome. It sounds incredible. We will send everybody that way. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
We'll be right back.
Leonard Thompson, 13 years old, diabetes mellitus, 65 pounds.
Starve the child to let them live. The treatment's as cruel as the disease. It's a death sentence.
Dr. Banting, this could be it. He's the first to receive this trial. But will it save him?
It's not pure enough. So we try again. And again. And again.
Before the discovery of insulin, diabetes was a death sentence. Banting, Best, Collip, and McLeod's breakthrough has saved millions of lives. Leonard Thompson's was the first.
Hey, you want to see a show on Rogers TV that doesn't feature any human stars? Well, you've come to the right place. Watch Crumpet Corner, this brand new show full of laughs and, weirdness, chaos.
Welcome back. Our final guest today is a true community superhero, literally. Known as the London Green Ranger, he's been honored by the Mayor's 2025 Honors List for his ongoing contributions to the community. Now he's taking his mission even further with a fundraiser for Childcan, aiming to raise $5,000 for families battling childhood cancer. Welcome to the show, London Green Ranger.
Thank you very much for having me.
So excited to have you. First interview I've ever done with a superhero, so this is exciting. I am curious a little bit about, could you start with just telling us a little bit about how you became the Green Ranger?
Growing up as a child, I was a super fan of Power Rangers. Number one, the Green Ranger. He's inspiring to me, and I just wanted to get a suit and help inspire others. Not too long ago, a few years ago, rest in peace, J.C. David Frank, who played the Green Ranger. He committed suicide, and it kind of hit me and all the fans all over the world. And I just wanted to do something I could to spread his legacy and help the community and spread positivity.
Thank you. And it's obviously lots of people recognize the work you do, and that's why you've been honored this year. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
So the Childcan fundraiser that you're doing, near and dear to your heart.
Yes.
Can we talk maybe a little bit about as much of the story as you're comfortable sharing, but then also what you're doing for the fundraiser?
Yeah, my daughter, Hope, she was diagnosed with CPC brain cancer when she was 1.5. They kind of gave us the devastating news to prepare for the worst, but her name's Hope. And she not only gave everyone else hope, but she proved everyone wrong. She is now 6 years old, thriving, and 2.5 years free of cancer.
Amazing.
And she is the reason that I am strong to see her strength. So that's, long story short, why I'm doing this fundraiser to help families that have children who are battling cancer, because I understand the stress, the pain, and the struggle.
Amazing. And so what does the fundraiser entail? How are you raising the funds?
It's called Hands of Hope, and I'll be raising $5,000 to go to Childcan to assist families that have children that are battling cancer.
And so I know one of the ways that you're raising money is through an event you have coming up at Comic-Con.
Yes, so there'll be a Comic-Con in Chatham, Kent called CK Expo at the G.D. Bradley Convention Center. That's in Chatham, Kent at 565 Richmond Street.
Okay.
And it'll be held on April 26th and 27th.
Amazing. And so you have a booth there?
Yeah, I have a booth with merchandise, little Green Ranger heads,
nice.
T-shirts, little pins, and how a percentage of the money raised at my booth will go also towards the fundraiser.
And again, I know you're not really into sort of the recognition, but you just found out about a new award as well on your way here.
Actually, not too maybe like an hour or half an hour ago, I literally got a message from CMHA acknowledging me, saying that I'm nominated this year for the Champion of Mental Health Award.
Which is incredible. Like that, again, I think it really speaks to the amazing work that you're doing in community, and how much you're giving back. And I'm guessing from how we started that the honor from CMHA means a lot to you as well, because helping people have positive mental health, I know, is really important to you.
Yes, it's also a big, it's something myself, I can struggle. Everyone struggles in life, and I like helping people, which helps me. So CMHA is a big help with the community, and not only just in London, but all over where they're located with all other locations. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing with us the different fundraisers you have on the go. We will make sure we send everybody to all your sites so that they can contribute and donate. And I'm sure we'll have you on again soon.
Oh, look forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you. That is it for this week's episode. Thank you for tuning in and supporting these amazing guests. Don't forget to like, share, and follow What's Up London on social media, and be sure to visit our guest websites to learn more, get involved, or grab your tickets. We'll see you again next week. Until then, stay safe and be kind. Bye-bye.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com. Canada is at a crossroads, facing an affordability crisis, strains on healthcare, and climate change. Get to know the candidates running to be your MP and represent your interests in Ottawa. Hear from your local candidates during Rogers TV's coverage of the local campaign. And on election night, Rogers TV delivers the local results. Rogers TV. Watch, learn, vote.
Everybody knows not to drink and drive, but some people still think it's okay to take drugs and drive. Police have